Welcome to this week's episode of Movie in a Pod. I am Clyde Smith.
And I am Javier Villalobos.
On this week's episode, we're discussing the trailers for Uncharted and Ambulance, plus our movie of the week, Z for Zacharia. All right, JV, another week, brother. How's life treating you?
Yes, sir. Oh, man, fantastic. Fantastic. What about you, man?
It's good, man. It's good. Monday is dragged a little bit during the workday, but glad that we are back doing what we really love and,
Yep.
you know, talking bullshit in a mic for about an hour and a half. So, you know.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we went to go see Dune yesterday. Mr. Villalobos and myself. If you have not seen Dune yet, it's definitely a visual, stunning movie. Like, Denis, and I cannot pronounce this guy's last name, Villeneuve, I don't know, but like he's on top of his game, man. He's on top of his game, bro. Like, that was a beautiful movie.
Yeah. But
a slow burn. What'd you think, man?
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Like the landscapes that they produced and all that was gorgeous, awesome. Even though it was desert, it was awesome. It was very, very stretched out, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know, I did find myself dozing once or twice. They hit you with a lot of action, and then it just kind of stops right there. The beginning of the movie, everything is just action, all this stuff, and then we get to the story after that and into the journey. But yeah, once all that's over, it's, like you said, it's a slow burn. It peaks and then it just kind of cruises to the end of the movie, for me anyways. But there was some pretty dope fight scenes.
Some really dope fight scenes, man, is what I really enjoyed. I think my favorite thing from this movie is it's like, and I don't know, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
I have some, probably not enough to understand.
Okay, well, it's like Game of Thrones, but like it's like an intergalactic Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There's different houses, and they're pitted against each other, and there's drama for your mama, and there's this emperor who kind of runs everything. It's really like an intergalactic Game of Thrones. And Dune is like the book, the story is one of the oldest, most well-renowned sci-fi novels ever. Man, I'm just kind of mad that they said this is Dune Part 1. You know, like, super stoked for this movie. There was nowhere in any parts of this movie, the marketing for it said this is Dune Part 1. But as soon as we sat down, it said Dune. And then Part 1 popped up. And I was like, wait, I have to come back? Like, I gotta do more?
It really just drops off. Like, it's going, it's pushing through this story, and then it just stops.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Timothée Chalamet, dude who plays Paul. This is my first time seeing this guy on screen. And I can see why people are talking about him as a great actor, man. He kind of holds his own amongst these great actors, man. You got Oscar Isaac, Javier Bardem, Stellan Skarsgård, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, you know, all these great...
Brolin's in there.
Bro, you got Thanos in this movie, bro, you know? You got Thanos in Aquaman in this movie, Jason Momoa. Right. You know, and he definitely holds his own.
Yeah.
I gotta give it up for this kid. You know, I want to see him in more stuff now. He's piqued my interest. Reminds me a lot of like a Tom Holland when you're like, wait, who is this kid? This kid's little, skinny. Doesn't seem like they can act, but like, oh my God, I want to see Tom Holland in everything now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we're going to get
This kid could do no wrong, man. I think that leads us to Nathan Drake, Uncharted. Tom Holland is Nathan Drake alongside Mark Wahlberg as Sully. This trailer dropped, man. What were your thoughts?
Looks like a lot of fun action. Tom Holland, man, I'm excited to see him, like you said, in everything. And he just keeps dropping this content with bigger and bigger actors and just bigger big roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
His movies haven't been like real sideline movies since we've seen him really in the MCU. He's just been hitting lead roles, man.
Yeah.
But he also is a guy that holds his own right next to these guys, right? Right next to the RDJs, Marky Mark. What was the animated? He did the animated movie with Will Smith when Will Smith was the pigeon. I don't remember what that movie was called.
the spy movie, yeah, that was cute, yeah. But he definitely held his own, all right.
Yeah. He can really hold his own against these guys, which shows that he's been doing this for so long. Even though he is young, he has been acting for a long time. But yeah, this one, I mean, his chemistry with Marky Mark in this trailer seems pretty awesome.
So, like we always do, we'll drop the trailer via IMDb on our socials, but this looks like real good fun, man. Like, this looks like a joyride, right? Like, so like the hunter treasurer, let's go find city of lost gold or whatever. It's been done true and true so many times.
Yeah.
But if you've never played the Nathan Drake Uncharted games, this seems just like another chapter out of those books, out of those movies, right? Out of those video games.
Just
it seems like another chapter out of all that, man. Action, adventure, like Nathan getting beat up, Nathan and Sully going back and forth. Mm-hmm. This is like a fun ride, man. And I'm really excited for this. Like, this is the best part of that trailer is when he falls out of the plane, but then has to like traverse up the cargo.
Yeah.
That's straight out of the video game, man. How was Nathan Drake doing that, bro? That's Uncharted 3 right there, man. Drake's Deception. So much fun.
Yeah, that's something about Tom Holland too, man. He really knows how to make that look good, right?
Yeah,
he's trained gymnast. He's all these things, and he can make that stuff look good. And he does a lot of it, which is pretty awesome as well.
Going from Spider-Man, Peter Parker, climbing around, jumping, swinging, ledge to ledge, all that fun stuff.
No webs here.
To basically doing the same exact thing as Nathan Drake, right? Nathan Drake does the same exact stuff. He just doesn't have web shooters, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have that Iron Spider suit.
He does not have the iron. So if he falls to his death, he falls to his death, right?
Yeah,
so
no parachute.
We'll definitely link this to our socials. But this is a fun trailer. Also has the man in it, right? Zorro himself, Antonio Banderas, right? Like,
oh man, favorite for a long
definitely
time.
Looks like a fun ride. All right, man. So we got a new one from the incredible. Critics hate him, but moviegoers like ourselves love him. Bay him, Michael Bay, Ambulance. Talk to me about this, man.
That was funny when we saw it at the theater. I was like, "This is a Michael Bay movie," because it was that shot, right? The slow explosion shot. That was in one of the scenes, and I was like, "That's Michael Bay right there. That's him all day." Oh, this one looks like it's going to be a very interesting heist concept. We got a brother who's just trying to get some money to save his wife, and he asks his adopted brother for some help. So right away, it's not a typical, where we've been planning this for a long time. We've been doing all this mess. It's all of a sudden this guy's just involved, right? This isn't what he does. And they show us a lot in the trailer. Like the whole plot of the movie is laid out right there. There's no questions asked about. About what's happening and what the concept of the movie is. So they end up driving this ambulance and with the cop that they shot in the back of it. So how long can they go in this ambulance, and how long of this movie are they going to be in this ambulance is my question. I'm curious about it.
When the title of your movie is Ambulance,
yes,
you would think at least half to 3/4 of the movie has to take place in or around this thing, right?
Right, and so much collateral damage is going to be going on.
We don't call it collateral damage. We call it bay him, okay?
That's
bay
right.
him.
Excuse me.
Okay? That's what he does. That's what he's fantastic at. The streets of L.A. will be on fire at the end of this movie. Like, you
Blowing
know
up
how
cars
he
everywhere.
basically destroyed Chicago and the third Transformers movie? It's going to happen to L.A., all from a damn ambulance, dude. So,
With Jake
no, but you got
Gyllenhaal.
two brothers here, not blood brothers. One's white, one's black, and they are down for each other, and they'll do anything for each other, and they do this heist
Yeah.
to help one another out. It looks like Jake Gyllenhaal's character is already like in some sketchy stuff.
Yeah, he's already some kind of bank robber or thief of some sort is what I got out of it.
Yeah, so he looks like he's already in some sketch stuff. Some Yaya Mantine, though, he looks like a good family man who's just on some hard times with his wife and needing some like hospital money or whatever. So that's how he kind of gets roped into it. But you're right. We saw so much in this trailer where they're arm to arm, and by the end of the trailer, they're punching the shit out of each other, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's we get thrown so much in such a little trailer that we're just in for a crazy, interesting ride this entire time, man. You know, there's a paramedic EMT in there with them. The gorgeous Eliza Gonzalez. She looks like a badass just trying to save this cop's life.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. It's Michael Bay. So you're not going to get some like thought-provoking movie, but you're in for a wild ride.
Definitely.
Pretty excited about that. We'll link that one to our socials as well. All right, man. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's movie. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got Z for Zacharia. Dropped in theaters in the year 2015. Some other flicks that dropped that year was Burnt, The Invitation, Knock Knock, Focus. That was a good one. The Hateful Eight, The Revenant, Spectre, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Such an underrated movie there. And the dual role film from Tom Hardy, Legend. If you've never seen Legend, please check that out. It's a fantastic flick. This movie, Z for Zacharia, is directed by Craig Zobel, written by Nisar Modi.
I had some trouble tracking down some information about this one. It was kind of scattered. But from my understanding here, the budget for this movie was an estimated $7.5 million. The box office brought in $382,000.
Yeah.
The box office number was easy to find. It was the budget that I had to search around for a little bit.
Okay. Went on a wild goose chase. I like it.
Yeah, that's all right. Got to get the information in there. Starring in this movie, we have Margot Robbie as Anne Burden, Chiwetel Ejiofor as John Lomas, and Chris Pine as Caleb. That's it. That's all we got for this one.
Yeah, man. Such a large cast there. Woo. Go ahead and give us a quick synopsis about this movie, man.
This is basically going to be a one-liner, Clyde.
I'm ready for it.
It's the story of an apocalyptic love triangle.
Yeah. Okay. Let's dive in. Let's get it. So this movie, talk about a slow burn. For an hour and 45 minutes, right? We have.
It was really long.
Oh God. So we have a nuclear holocaust that kind of happens. It looks like across the world, maybe the United States. It's not really known. It's really not. But the story opens up with a young woman and her dog, survivor. You know, appears to be kind of maybe the West Virginia area throughout the conversation, maybe that she has with other characters. She's soon joined by John Loomis. I guess he's I don't really know what he is.
He was like a scientist or engineer or something.
She actually has to nurse him back to health because his dumbass jumps into water and becomes sick. And once she nurses him back to health, they become close.
Yeah.
Then, you know, they are trying to just basically make it through this post-nuclear war or world or whatever, and life becomes difficult between the two when a young man named Caleb comes aboard. Yeah, that's this movie, bro.
All right, well, I guess we can just stop there.
Let's just wrap it up for the day, right? Welcome. Thanks for joining us, guys. No.
So I guess there's like you said, nuclear holocaust. So there's other than this little farm area, which they don't really explain why this little area, other than maybe some weather patterns or a valley keeps the like poison that's in the air from going into this little farm town.
Look, man, I'm not a scientist. I don't know. It didn't make any sense when the man tried to explain it on the damn camera, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, that's it. That's the whole plot of the movie. I mean,
let's jump into these characters, man. Maybe we might have more to say about that. We got Margot Robbie as Anne, and she is the sole survivor on her family's ranch, her and her dog. And she basically looks like she spends her days hunting and gathering, trying to just survive. But she lives in the house with no power. You know, she's alone with her dog. You know, her family is devout Christians, and they've all died because of the Holocaust. She's the sole survivor there, but so she has faith is really deep into her veins, and you see it throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, apparently she's having a rough time getting prepared for winter. So she's basically this past winter that went by, she almost died. You know, all of a sudden there's this guy there, right? Like she's been there alone for like a year since her family left, and she's been trying to survive. She's been on her own with her dog, doing their daily routine, hunting and gathering, and then there's just some dude.
In comes this scientist, Chitwell Ejiofor, as John Loomis or Looms. I don't know. This guy, he comes on the scene, and he is trying to get out of where the air is nuclear and toxic. And when he finally does, this guy decides to take a dip into some water that's actually contaminated by the nuclear stuff, and becomes sick and starts throwing up and almost dies. Like 3 minutes into meeting this guy.
Yeah.
You know, which tells a lot. Like, he's super excited that he's finally out of that, but, you know, he's also kind of loose and dangerous with everything, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he figured if he was not in the contaminated air, then everything was fine. Not true.
Not true at all.
For some reason, this particular water supply is contaminated.
Just as one. Not the other one that they jump in later, but just as one. But he's a man of science. He is not a man of faith. So him and John and Anne kind of battle back and forth about that, you know, just their beliefs and everything. And you can see that's kind of keeps them at bay in their relationship. But after she nurses him back to health and everything, they do start to become close. They eventually share a kiss, and she even wants to sleep with him, is the PG-13 way of saying it.
Yeah, when she was drunk, though.
Yeah, I mean, yes, true. He declines because it's too soon. He knows it's gonna change the dynamic between the two.
Well, doesn't he get
decides not to.
really, really trashed before that though?
Oh yeah,
like he gets like super trashed and like throws her around a little bit.
Yeah,
and gets super weird.
It's a super weird movie, man. And it's just a super weird movie. The third part of this is blue-eyed Chris Pine comes aboard as Caleb. He's the third survivor here. He kind of throws a monkey wrench into their way of life that they've been having. Once again, we don't know exactly how long time frame wise, but I guess some time has passed, and then Caleb just kind of shows up and invites Caleb to stay with them. It was super weird though. Let me back up for a second. So, like, Anne,
go ahead.
Was it not weird how she was like, John, you're not going to invite him in the house? And it's like, this is your house. Like, I don't live here. Like, what the fuck? I'm just here.
That's kind of where a time frame would be helpful. You know, how long have they been together? You know, I guess they kind of have developed some kind of respect for each other, and John's now seems like he's kind of the head of the household. He just doesn't trust this guy, and I think it's mainly because he's worried about Anne.
I think he is not really intimidated at first when he
Well, I mean,
when they're
like
outside.
a protection standpoint, not necessarily.
Well, I'm talking like
jealousy.
I'm talking like everything, right? Everything across the board. He's not that intimidating. He wants to just camp out in the front yard.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about John being intimidated by him. I'm sorry. Misunderstood.
Yeah. No, so John wants to definitely protect Anne, but I don't think John is really digging him and scared. Nobody's really scared of Caleb at first, right? He looks like a hobo with all that
just
soot.
A little shady.
You know what I mean? It just kind of comes upon the scene. But once this dude gets cleaned up and gets some mousse in his hair, oh, it's over, bro. Like, I almost fell in love with this guy.
Why didn't he get the scrub down? I didn't see him get the scrub down like John had to go through.
John didn't get a scrub down. Yeah.
John looked like he got the wire brush to him. What it looked like.
John got that good old country bath, yo.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Copy. Something that we never talk about are the amazing vehicles in these movies, man, that we watch. I mean, let's talk about our top faves, bro, for a second.
Yeah, man.
That Aston Martin DB5 from James Bond, acclaimed, just fantastic. That 89 Batmobile. Tim Burton's Batmobile, Michael Keaton's Batmobile, just badass, iconic. I'm not a muscle car type of guy, but Eleanor, that 67 Mustang Shelby GT500 from Gone in 60 Seconds. Whew.
You got me there.
Oh, that's a perfect car, man. And probably super iconic, more than any of those other ones, is that DeLorean time machine from Back to the Future.
Yes.
Like, that was a character itself, and just fantastic, brother. Just classic dope vehicles that helped out our protagonists get through their movie, man. What are some of your favorites?
Of course, the DeLorean. 100% agree with that one.
Oh, fantastic.
Mine are a lot of muscle cars, man. 1977 Pontiac Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit.
Fire.
Dom's 1970 Charger from the first Fast and the Furious. Interesting fact, I have a photo next to one of those cars that I took at Universal Studios when I was younger.
Ooh, nice.
1958 Plymouth Fury from Christine.
Ooh.
And that Ferrari 250 GT from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Dude, that one from Ferris Bueller's, man, is just fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite?
Well, it's going to definitely have to be Dom's Charger overall. Just American muscle. No matter where you go, these things make a statement.
Yeah.
What about you? Which one would you choose?
It's that DB5, man. It's the ultimate spy car. Like, I love James Bond. I always wanted to be a spy. This car has pop-out gun barrels behind the front headlights, revolving license plate, a champagne cooler in the armrest, smoke screen, oil slick. This car just screams badassery, man. Like, I wouldn't use any of those things, but super cool.
Let me ask you a question, though. Do you have to have a license to kill to drive it?
You know what? You probably should. All right, team. So we want to hear about your favorite movie vehicles. You know the socials. Movie in a Pod on Facebook and that Movie in a Pod on Twitter and Instagram. No, but Caleb comes in with like a different dynamic, right? He is, quote unquote, a man of faith, and kind of uses that. I don't know if it's intentionally. It sometimes seems intentionally, and sometimes it's genuine, where, that kind of drives a wedge between Anne and John when he starts talking about how more similar that he is than John is with her, man. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was just a really good point of this movie. That was interesting. That was some good character development where you don't know which side of the aisle Caleb was.
At first, he seems real shady, but as it goes through the story, it's just kind of like he's just a dude, right? A guy who's made it through some BS and ended up in this place, and he's just trying to get along and survive.
I guess what I'm always trying to look for when I watch movies like this, which are really just character driven, is intentions. And if you strip everything away, you're the third survivor. You're one of 3 survivors that you know about in this nuclear holocaust that happened. You're just happy to be alive, man. You don't. Are you really going to like start some shit and start some beef with these other people and drive a wedge and stuff like that, or you're just happy that you have food in your belly, someplace soft to like lay your head, right? So, but you didn't know with Caleb. That was the interesting vibe about him.
Yeah, he said there's some scenes where it seemed like he was just there to survive, and there was some where he seemed a little manipulative. But you're also 2 guys with, possibly the last woman on Earth. It's going to get a little weird.
Yeah. And this is where I didn't know if he was being genuine or he was driving a wedge. Like Caleb and Anna, and I call her Anne go for the walk. And she's talking about, how they're both people of faith and he's not. And that's why they need to be closer and, whatever the conversation was. And when they came back, John took her to the side and was like, yeah, I see how you guys are together. She's like, what are you talking about? But he was like, yeah, you're white, he's white. Y'all need to stick together. Get it. And she was like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I think he actually says like white people need to be together or something like that.
He's like, whites need to be with whites. And I'm like, wow, bro. Like, okay.
I felt like that came out of nowhere because like this whole movie has had nothing to do with like race whatsoever.
Exactly.
Like she took this dude in, and even though he showed up in a spacesuit,
he really did.
Saved him and took him in and took care of him and nursed him back to health.
He showed up in a spacesuit. Can that be the title for this? He showed up in a spacesuit.
That is fine. And like all of a sudden, it's just the race thing.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Way to kind of play a guilt card there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was, right? He felt that. Obviously, he felt that, Caleb is this good-looking dude once he's cleaned up and everything. He has those blue eyes that are just piercing. He felt really intimidated. He felt jealous.
I mean, it's every day, right, with Chris Pine?
Star Trek, bro. Come on, that's Captain Kirk, baby. Dude slept with women on every galaxy, bro. Mm-mm. But he kind of like threw in his cards and was like, you know what? Anything between you and I, it's over. You and him, I get it. He could have fought harder.
He was one of 2 guys, so I mean, they already had some chemistry together, and she was down. She seems like she was down, but he didn't expect another dude to show up.
Yeah, and this movie kind of takes us to how the 3 basically interact with each other, and the ultimate goal of this, I guess, overarching plot is not just how they interact with each other and everything, but they're trying to survive the winter. I bet they definitely are, like in West Virginia. Caleb just kept on talking about mines and stuff, so probably something like that.
Yeah, all I really got was Eastern. It was supposed to be set like Eastern United States, so
yeah, so probably
that would make sense up that way.
Yeah, probably West Virginia. Mountaineers, WVU, if I had to guess. But they're trying to get power up and running to survive for the winter. That's the overarching kind of thing for the movie. Is what they're trying to do there. And they start to create a hydroelectric dam or something of that nature to kind of power the house.
Yeah, I don't know if so much a dam, but it was like a hydroelectric
power wheel or something. Yeah, it was
that gave power to the generator, and they wired that into the house and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
which was pretty cool.
It was interesting. Once again, I'm not a scientist, so how the hell that stuff works is beyond me. I just kind of plug it in and pray to God that the power bill is paid, so we'll see what happens. Let's jump into these sets real quick, man. It's just country as hell. What else can you say? It looks like you're smack down in the middle of West Virginia. I've been like once.
Yeah.
It was snowing.
So it didn't look like this at all.
It did not look like this at all, yeah. So I have no clue where this is. No, man, I'm guessing it was West Virginia. It was beautiful landscape. It was beautiful countryside. They're on a farm most of the time. It was gorgeous, lush and green.
So it's supposed to be Eastern United States, but this one was actually filmed in New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah, which is...
So, like I said, that's all it says, like Eastern United States. It's basically the same kind of terrain with the forest, plains, hills, all that stuff.
Could be Salisbury, North Carolina, for all we know.
I mean, we got some nice fields out in China Grove.
Yes. yes. Children of the Corn this Saturday. Saturday or Sunday, whenever the hell Halloween is.
And no fields in Concord, though. There's none.
Oh.
Not at all.
Like I said, slow burn movie. Whenever you're ready, bro, we can jump into this theme, man. I got one cooking for you, so.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, this was so good that I didn't write it down. This is about if you're the last people on Earth, if you're the last people in your universe, how are you going to interact with each other? That's basically it. I got nothing else from this movie. I honestly did not, bro.
Yeah, there wasn't much to it as far as that. I mean, it was like a big blanket plot. It didn't change through the movie. Like the movie was what it was. These people trying to survive. That's it.
Yeah.
As far as the theme, with what you said, that's about all I could get out of it too.
Kind of trash, if you ask me. Kind of trash. All right, guys. So that's our conversation talking about Z for Zacharia. JV, I know this is not going to take too long, man, but
no, not at all.
What'd you think about this movie, man? How many buckets of popcorn do you give it?
I did not really enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was very bland for the actors they had in it.
True.
It was kind of stale, the whole thing. I mean, there was no escalation, really. There was nothing really storytelling that wasn't told in the scene before, I felt like. I'm giving this one a 1 out of 5 buckets. I'm not going to watch this movie ever again.
Wow.
I did not enjoy this at all, to be honest with you.
All right.
I wish I could say I did, but they kind of wasted these 2 actors' time, I felt like. Or the 3 actors, to be honest with you. What about you, man?
Man, like I was actually this is my first time seeing this movie for this pod, but when this movie was announced in 2015, it was in theaters. I didn't see it, but I was always excited to watch it. It was like, yo, I'm going to sit down, watch this. This is going to be a really good introspective movie about the last 3 people on the planet. And it wasn't good. Expectations were really high for this, man. I love character-driven, really thought-provoking type of stories.
Yeah.
This, man, it just the characters are bland. You're right, where they leave these characters, these great actors, basically nothing to do except for just go through the motions, and there's not even that much tension really. So it was boring the entire time. The whole plot with them trying to construct this hydroelectric thing was boring.
Yeah.
The love triangle was not really a love triangle because dude bows out 20 seconds after seeing this guy. Sees the blue eyes and he's like, all right, I'm out. I can't deal with this. I can't F with this guy. I got nothing, bro. I got my brains. That's it. With that being said, man, just like that movie Homefront, I am a sucker for cinematography and beautiful landscapes and everything.
Oh,
and the fact that the director and cinematographer were able to capture that, and it made you feel really, really alone. That was interesting. This gets a 1.5 buckets popcorn, man. I'm not going to go back to the concessions to get a full bucket of popcorn, a second full bucket. But I was just like, you know what? Just give me like a medium. Matter of fact, give me like
Right.
between a small and a medium. You know what I mean? Fill the bucket up there. But you're right. I don't think I'll be watching this ever again.
Yeah, I mean, and it kind of shows in its stats, right? I mean, you got a $7.5 million film that didn't even break $500,000.
Yeah.
Not good. And for two actors, Chris Pine and Margot Robbie that we all know.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the other guy, but this was just like just a waste of time for these two people, waste of talent.
So I do know all three, and it's a waste of talent of everybody's time.
Right.
Well, Ejiofor, fantastic. Margot Robbie, fantastic. Chris Pine.
Where would I know him
he's
from?
Damn Captain Cook.
Because I can't connect the face with anything.
I'm guessing. Wait. Well, he will be in next week's movie.
Yeah, I did see that. I don't know. I'll take a peek at him.
He was in 2012, Infinite, Lockdown, The Old Guard, Maleficent. He played Scar in The Lion King. Doctor Strange. Yes, he's Mordor. Yes, you do. He's Mordor. Baron Mordor.
Huh.
Yeah. Who kind of walks away and was like, yo, Strange, I know you saved the Earth and me and everything, but why the hell you do that, bro? And just kind of takes off. You know what I mean?
Oh, I couldn't connect the face at all. I couldn't connect it at all.
Yeah, that's Chitwell Ejiofor, man. He's fantastic. He's doing it. He was in Salt. Yeah, he's been doing it. I'm literally on his IMDb right now. He was an American Gangster.
I'm just saying, the name and the face just haven't never connected till just now.
Inside Man. Yeah, this dude's awesome, bro. Serenity. Okay, I'm done. Four Brothers. He was in Four Brothers.
I'm just saying, it just didn't click.
Okay,
I don't know if it was the spacesuit. I don't know. I think I checked out. I'm pretty sure I checked out when the spacesuit came into frame.
I did too, though. I
think that's where I was like, okay, I don't know what's happening.
Like, we're doing The Martian next week. Are we doing The Martian this week? I'm so confused. I'm so confused now, okay? Thank you for subscribing to this week's episode, talking through Z for Zacharia. Next week, we'll be discussing The Martian.
That's streaming on FX now.
I am Clyde Smith. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as I am Clyde D. Smith.
I am Javier Villalobos. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. J8200.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.